So far, the revolving door at third base is having a really good day. Vientos went 2 for 2 on rehab. Baty is having a nice series. Mauricio hit a home run. There's Juan Soto, 1-1 game as we go to the bottom of the fourth.
And he drives one to deep right center field. Back goes Harris to the wall. It's out of here. One pitch and the Mets are back in front on Juan Soto's 18th home run of the year. Two to 1 New York. Soto ties Alonso for the club lead with his 18th home run of the season.
Juan jumping on the first pitch, took his measure of Fuentes, I believe, in that first at bat. And Ronnie, you mentioned it, he hasn't got the off speed pitch. You're going to get a fastball off him. And he jumped on it.
Of his 18 home runs this year, only the second that Soto has hit on the first pitch of an at bat.
Yeah, full extension of the arms there, belt high.
He's so tactical. There are very few hitters in baseball that set a pitcher up. And what Keith was mentioning, he was very passive and took a lot of pitches in that first at bat. And he decided that he was going to jump on that first pitch, second at bat.
And Pete gets hit by the pitch. So Alonso's on base for the second time.
Pete's getting hit a lot this year again. Here's the home run. Out over the plate, belt high.
There's a lot of guys who can be tactical, but can you hit it 425 when you get the pitch? No.
He is hitting the ball hard on such a consistent basis this entire month.
That got the fans going. Look at all the smiles on those fans.
I mean, Soto's June numbers now are just starting to be a mockery.
Well, just the home runs alone. He had 9 home runs at the end of May. He has 9 in June. By the way, keep this in mind. In Baltimore, Jacob deGrom is perfect through 6 against the Orioles, and he's only throwing 65 pitches.
Wow.
So something happening there. That's 11 times now Alonso's been hit this year. That's third in the league.
Now remember, this is second time through the order. The Mets have never faced Fuentes, and Soto obviously got a bead on him. Let's see what happens the rest of the order here this inning.
McNeil was struck out his first time up. The only strikeout for Fuentes tonight. And he bluffs a bunt and takes the curveball down. Riley was playing back and off the line, and he's not going back quite as far this time. And McNeil slices one down the left field line, chased by Verdugo. That's a fair ball bouncing into the corner. Alonso digging for third. He'll be held up there. McNeil into second base with an opposite field double. Second and third, nobody out. So McNeil, who had a double last night to drive in a run, 7th double of the year.
Went right with the pitch. Almost on the outside corner, did not try to pull it. You see Verdugo blowing bubbles and he's chasing that ball.
Some guys can multitask. Infield's going to play halfway with Marte at the plate, second and third, nobody out. Starling at a base hit to right field his first time up. And he takes a slider off the plate for ball 1.
And Fuentes is starting to miss with his breaking stuff, and that makes him a one-pitch pitcher with that fastball.
That's driven to center field. Harris moving back. Gets there to make the catch. Alonso tags. He can walk on in, and McNeil goes to third. Sacrifice fly from Marte makes it 3-1 New York.
That ball was scalded.
Everybody in this second time through the order has hit the ball hard.
What a productive out that was, right? Run scored, got him over.
It's going to get them to bring the infield in.
Fuentes, in his first 8 1/3 innings in the major leagues, has given up 3 home runs now.
So now the infield in for Baty, with McNeil with 3rd and 1 out. Brett grounded into a double play to end the 2nd. Down and in slider, 0-1.
You got Allen, as you can see with the center field camera behind the pitcher, up the middle, the shortstop. Boy, and you got a pitcher that throws away to lefties. You could just punch a little ground ball right through that left side of the infield.
Staying with that down and in breaking ball, and he's ahead on Baty 0-2.
Well, he's had to switch gears here, had to go to his breaking ball. They've been teeing off on his heater.
Well, he's only struck out 1 tonight. He's in a spot where he needs a strikeout. What's his strikeout pitch here?
Fastball up out of the zone, then back to the slider down and in.
Tries the breaking ball, and Baty finds the hole with it, and it's 4-1 New York as McNeil comes on in. Well, he got ahead of him with breaking balls, tried the curveball on 0-2, and it was right there for Baty to hack through the hole. Mets have scored 3 in the 4th to go up 4-1.
Very hard to throw 3 good breaking balls in a row. The worst breaking ball he threw was on an 0-2 pitch. And I'm reminded he's 20 years old.
Right down the pipe hanger. Nicely done by Baty.
Baty now 4 for 9 in this series with 3 RBIs. And here's Ronnie Mauricio, gave the Mets the lead with a home run leading off in the 3rd.
And just how long are they going to leave this kid out here? I mean, they don't want to burn their bullpen.
He threw 87 pitches in his first start. He's at 68 right now.
I'm sure Brian Snitker right now, he managed last night's game, and Ronnie mentioned it, like a 7th game of a World Series. They got the first 2 here. 3 out of 4, you'll take it on the road.
He won't chase this one.
Final game of the series tomorrow night. Mets will have Griffin Canning going against Grant Holmes, no relation to Clay.
Grant Holmes has a 15 strikeout game this year.
Yep.
Didn't he lose that? It was against Colorado?
They lost.
Right.
2-1 to Mauricio. Ronnie's home run was his 3rd of the year and his 55th at bat. Baty at first with 1 out.
And Mauricio lines a base hit. Baty to second. He'll stop there as Acuna throws in. So the Mets with their 4th hit of the inning. Mauricio 2 for 2 tonight.
Rick Kranick on the phone. Remember, if Chris Sale's not hurt, he makes the turn tonight.
Yes.
Not Fuentes.
Those Braves were really set up.
Kranick's going to go out to the mound to buy some time for the bullpen to start to loosen up. Steve's got some important information. Steve, are you okay to make a report?
Yeah, I'm here. I was in the car and the bosses called me back, said this is the most important thing you have to do, what I'm about to do. So here we go. Today's live odds are presented by Fanatic Sportsbook. Get daily MLB profit boosts all summer long. Use it on any MLB game you'd like. Stay tuned for more exclusive offers from Fanatic Sportsbook throughout the season.
Thanks for toughing it out, Steve.
Yeah.
I know it's hard, but sometimes you just have to fight through the storm like a buffalo.
Well, Steve, you know, I regard you highly.
Oh. Thanks for saying that, Keith.
It means a ton to him right now.
Here's Hayden Senger, 1st and 2nd, 1 out. Mets have 3 runs home in the inning. Aaron Bummer up in the bullpen for the Braves. Senger flied to right his first time, and he takes a slider well off the plate, ball 1. You know, we've talked so much about the Mets pitching injuries. It's worth remembering that in addition to Sale, the Braves are down Ronaldo Lopez and A.J. Smith-Shawver from their rotation. And that's why Fuentes is here. And Senger pops one up in foul ground. Coming back is Baldwin, but he'll run out of room. 1-1.
It seems now, Gary, in the course of a season, Each team needs 10 to 15 starting pitchers.
The Mets have already used 30 pitchers this year, and they just called up a new one today. Jonathan Pintaro. It would be his big league debut if he gets in a game, so that would be 31. The only team that's used more is the Dodgers. They've used 34. We're not even halfway through.
Singer pulls one through the hole, base hit. Baty to third, he'll hold up there. So the Mets with their 5th hit of the inning. Hayden Sanger with his first hit since April. And the Mets have the bases loaded for Lindor.
Well, they're just teeing off on young Fuentes.
Boy, Bummer got ready quick, Gary.
Ryan Snitker making the slow walk to the mound to give Bummer a couple more tosses in the bullpen. Called the bullpen, brought to you by Nissan. Shop NissanUSA.com. Last remaining light of the evening on a 91-degree evening in New York. Mets have scored 3 runs in the 4th to take a 4-1 lead, and they've got a chance for more with the bases loaded and 1 out. And left-hander Aaron Bummer comes in to face the Mets for the first time in this season series.
We had a lot of sinkers and sweeping sliders from Aaron Bummer. Originally came up with the White Sox. He's been a big part of their bullpen the last couple seasons.
Infield back at double play depth. Lindor is 0 for 2 tonight. He swings and fouls off the first curveball. 0-1.
4-1. It's not enough. They can bust this game wide open right now. Mets need to break out and bust it.
And certainly know that. They've let a couple of 3-run leads get away against the Braves. Good curveball there, and it's 0-2. Lindor, the 8th man up in the inning. Brandon Nimmo on deck.
Good breaking ball here from Bummer. He's also their best left-hander coming in to get a ground ball as well.
You're having a Bummer of an inning. Paul Aaron.
And he hooks one out to left. That to get a run in. Verdugo makes the catch. Tagging and coming down the line is Baty. He'll score. Second sacrifice fly thing. Now the ball gets loose, and that enables Mauricio to go to third. 5-1 New York. Lindor down in the count, just able to hook that ball out to left. To driving his 43rd run of the year.
Well,
Finally
Allen had to be a little further out there. I'm not going to get picky there. That's a little sloppy play.
So it's an error on Verdugo, allowing Mauricio to advance to third. Mets have scored 4 times in this 4th inning. Nimmo's gone 0 for 2 tonight. He's the 9th man up in the inning. And Brandon takes curveball for a strike, and it's 0-2.
A couple of 0-2 breaking balls have hurt the Braves in this inning. The 0-2 one to Baty for an RBI, and that sac fly to Lindor.
And Nimmo hits one up the middle for a base hit. That brings in Mauricio. It's a 5-run inning, and the Mets lead it 6-1. So both Lindor and Nimmo getting the job done on 0-2.
Too many sliders.
And now Soto, who led off the inning, hitting a first pitch home run against Fuentes. And he takes fastball for a strike.
Deflated is Bummer.
One and one to Soto. Meanwhile, in Baltimore, Jacob deGrom walked 2 batters in the 7th, but still is not allowed to hit through 7. He's thrown 86 pitches. It's the longest no-hit bit of his career. One and one to Soto. And it's fouled. Jake's previous long no-hit bid was in his rookie season. He went 6 2/3 against the Giants in 2014. And now he's gone 7 no-hit innings against the Orioles tonight. Meanwhile, his former team is putting up their best inning in a couple of weeks. They had the home run barrage in Philadelphia, but they have not had a sustained rally like this since this losing streak began.
Yeah, the crooked number has gone against them.
And Soto tops one up the first baseline. That'll go foul right before the bag. That keeps the at bat alive.
Gary deGrom's high pitch count this year, 103.
So he certainly is going to get the 8th. You know, Bruce Bochy's going to be careful with him for a season off Tommy John.
Got a no-hitter, though.
Bochy's seen a lot of no-hitters as a manager, hasn't he?
Well, Matt Cain's perfect game.
Lincecum a couple of times.
1-2 to Soto. His home run was his 18th of the year. And he chops one foul. All 6 runs have been charged to Fuentes, and he's still responsible for Senger at second base. One-two to Soto, and the curveball on the inside corner got him looking. James Jean expanding his strike zone there and punching out Soto. Inning over, but 10 Mets came to bat and 5 of them scored. 6-1 New York after 4.